To welcome all of you today at Entebbe International Airport. As you may recall, Entebbe International Airport was having low traffic, but generally beginning from 2012, we started having a sharp rise in our traffic in at Entebbe International Airport. And this was seen earlier in our master planning. So that is why the government had to have a deliberate effort in ensuring that there is upgrade and expansion of Entebbe International Airport, which is being undertaken to date. I'm happy to say that it is in its advanced stage, and we expect to finish the upgrade and expansion of Entebbe International Airport Phase 1 by end of July this year. So I believe that again this year we will have our Christmas of this year into again another new terminal. This very year, as you might see, again, the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, using its own internal revenue, started on a modification of this terminal building. But this modification was to ensure that it will synchronize this old building and the new upcoming terminal. If you recall, in those earlier times, we had developed a design which was having two buildings, two African basket buildings, as they used to call them. One was for arrivals and one was for the departure. But of course, as we were trying to focus the growth of traffic at Entebbe International Airport, we realized that that design will not be applicable, because you cannot have two buildings at the same level and you can manage even just the vehicle saturation, which you can even testify now. Now, we had to relook and review the departures and arrivals by coming up with one building, which we are having today. You recall our that time when we had a lot of quarrel with our high authorities on saying why you moved from this to this. At that time, no one could see what we are talking about. So the new building which you are seeing, it was constructed to solve a number of problems. And the problem number one, it was to solve the urgent need of facilitation of our passengers, since we were completely seeing that there was a very big facilitation. All passengers who come in Entebbe, as you may see, they all have to pull their luggages from very far to access this terminal. Now, there was need. So we had to solve this problem. And the reason why passengers have to pull their baggages from the car park again arose as a fear of the current security issues. As you know, we have had in our neighbors having a number of attacks. So as the Entebbe International Airport, we were cognizant of that. So we had to put the passengers into that difficult situation. The second was to solve the issue of security. Because the current configuration, it could enable any terrorists who come with a car to enter and blast into the terminal building. So still, that again, when you wanted to solve it in that short term, we had now to inconvenience the passengers by pulling their bags from very far. The third is about safety aspects. We also had to look into that area. Then the fourth, we had also to look at how Entebbe should generate revenue, the non-aeronautical revenue, in order to be able to sustain the infrastructure we are putting up through our internal generated revenue. So these were the major reasons why we had that building. And I want to say that today, it is now coming clear that our objectives are now getting achieved. So what's about how is this going to be achieved? One, because of the new construction, it has pulled that building from this terminal to a distance to where it is. Now that means that now we have protected the passenger terminal. So now what we have done is also to make sure that this building, at that time, people could see it as if it was built on one side of the building, of the terminal. Isn't it? When you look at this terminal, you see that it was built at the end of it. But the main aim was to synchronize it with the new terminal. So now when you look at the new coming terminal, you'll see that that building is in the middle. So, which means that now we have achieved that. If the other building comes out, it will be a fantastic building, which of course, that building will come up with a very fantastic facade. And that facade will run from the new building through that new area extension to this old building. So actually, eventually, you will see as if there is one building. Now, that building has 4 main objectives. One is that it will be receiving our guests who will be arriving into the country. And they will be arriving on the ground floor. And once the people arrive, they are expected to have their vehicles to come and pick them at that point. So we have made an arrivals that has also a pickup point for our passengers. So what does that mean? It means that now we are changing the new mode of the airport into ensuring that the passenger, as he arrived into the country, is facilitated from the very point of pickup. Than how it is today, where the passenger will get out of the terminal and then pull the bag up to the car park. You can imagine that inconvenient, and you can imagine if it is raining. Now here he will be in the building. The vehicle will pick the passenger in the building. And you will be shown that. That's number one aspect. This building will have a departures area, which you will see it is on the first floor, and the passengers will come up on top of the ramp. When they reach at that ramp is where the passengers will be dropped. Now that ramp, we designed it with a good aesthetic canopy. This canopy, again, is meant to give the ambience to the passenger while he's departing. And therefore, the passengers will be dropped into that canopy. So it does not matter whether it is raining, it will not matter whether it is very hot, the passenger will be dropped in there. And when it's dropped, the vehicle will go into the parking, and the passenger from that canopy will enter into the building with the people who have escorted him or her. You recall that now the people have to stand somewhere in the tent, and we actually don't even allow you to escort the people inside. Now, those who are escorting, they will be allowed to escort, and we even have a place for you to hug each other, to say bye to this beautiful country. We will be having a number of screens showing about our beautiful country, such that these departing passengers, he might either not accept to leave, or he dreams of coming back to our country. This is what the scenario we are trying to create. Because, you know, they say the last impression is the one which we will cut. So we are making sure that that one is achieved. The other one I was saying is to help us to generate revenue, and so we'll have a full floor, which will be having a number of concessionaires who will be paying rent and concessions, and we are having also another floor for offices. So you see that all this is going to achieve. But also this building, at all some of these floors, we are going to make sure that there is no issues like being idle. So we are not going to put areas of people who are going to sit, both on the arrival and the departures. What is going to happen is that we will have different types of restaurants and different activities that will make people, if you have sent a colleague or a friend, you will go and have a snack. So what are we trying to do by this? We are trying to ensure that there is no people who come and sit there, spend a whole day there, which can again cause temptations for people doing wrong things. So we want also people to be there as short as possible. So while one is sending off, you will have a lot of leisure areas within the building, which will be put as we go along. You know that this building, we are now just starting to use it, so many things, activities will come up. This building was also designed to give the passengers and the airport users to have a good elegance and to feel a good ambience. But also, we are trying to make Entebbe International Airport the most competitive airport in the region, in the areas of facilitation. So we have started embarking on that journey. That is just the one which we have started with, and that very building in our master, in our future plan, we are going to synchronize it with a multi-story car park. The multi-story car park will connect to that ramp. We will have one ground area for parking. We will have the first floor, and we will have the second floor. So the people who are coming as the arrivals, they will have their parking just straight. You don't even have to use a step. You just go. Those who will be departing, you are dropped off, you park on the same floor, your car. So these are the future plans that will come and that we are looking up to solve the current congestion of vehicles that we are facing today. I believe all of you can attest to me that one of our biggest challenge is congestion of vehicles. Because if you look at the vehicles for the employees at the airport alone, they are enormous. Now, on top of that, add on the traffic of passengers that is coming in. This definitely causes that kind of congestion. But also we are having short-term measures in order to solve some of these problems. And one of them, we are making sure that now people can pay using mobile money, because we also realize that people to go to the pay station, sometimes some of the people want to drive near the pay station. And so the vehicles are crisscrossing. This even causes a lot of, and it causes the traffic in the area even more worse. So we are trying to solve this by use of mobile money, such that people can use their mobile money and get out very easily. We are also trying to see that as we automate, such that once you have paid by mobile money, you don't need a receipt. Once you reach, the boom will just open. So we are trying to use the technology to make some of these adjustments to ensure that the airport has smooth flow. Now, the other pledge is which we need to use, but which we will need the airport users and the passengers to comply with, or to be cooperating with us. One is that in order to have a smooth flow, especially the departing passengers should come early enough. They should come 3 hours in advance, such that they do not come at the rush hour and start wanting to even disobey the rules of flow of traffic. As you might see, we try to adjust the flow of traffic, but still it becomes a problem, especially with those who come at the last minute. So we call upon the public to ensure that they come early enough. Entebbe International Airport is having a number of constructions that are still going on in order to upgrade and improve our facilities. So in order for one to enjoy them, come early enough. And this building is going to help those who will come early, because you will enjoy. We will have almost all types of snacks. If you want local food, it will be there. If you want Western food, it will be there. If you want Chinese food, it will be there. And all these, I'm talking about the best brand in town. They will be here at Entebbe International Airport.